I'm an expat here in Colombia that has a company that helps expats relocate. And with almost every client we get, we have this one thing which they say, I want to come to Colombia, but I don't want to be around gringos. Why is that? I try to discover that in this video. Welcome to How to Expat. My name is Sam, and at How to Expat we help expats relocate. In this video I want to discover why gringos don't like other gringos. And this is just kind of a little bit weird because you are from a different country coming to, let's say, Colombia, and another person is also from a different country. Maybe you're the same country you came from and they came to Colombia, so you would naturally think that they have something in common. So let's say a Latino goes to, or let's say somebody from Colombia goes to the US, they try to group together into the Latin communities there. Why is it not the other way around? So when we, let's say foreigners, let's say an American comes to Colombia, that they don't want to spend time around other Americans. This is just kind of weird, especially because you would think people with same kind of interests would like to be around each other. So let's try to discover that in this video. So I think one aspect is that we foreigners come here, we want to be kind of the first person to do it. We want to be, it's just kind of this weird narrative of, I've been here first, I speak more Spanish than you do, I have more seniority over Colombia, even though there is no seniority to gain. And I know where this is coming from. Sometimes I have the same kind of, to be completely honest, the same kind of narrative in me as well. If I see somebody like another foreigner that speaks well Spanish, then I'm like, I think he speaks better Spanish than I do, and I try to compare myself, and then I catch myself, well, like, this is just stupid thinking about anything like that. So I think this is a narrative where foreigners that come to Colombia don't want to be around other foreigners. Then another narrative or another point is that usually it's just kind of weird. Let's say the gringo foreigners, so the people from, let's say, the developed world that come here usually don't really have the best image in that country. They come here, they have the image of being, of taking over the land there, being obnoxious, loud, partying and stuff. And on one hand, that's kind of true. So we don't really want to be around those people. Then another point, of course, is that people tell us they don't want to spend time around foreigners because they want to learn the language and the culture better, because if they're just immersed with, let's say, other foreigners, they won't really have the urge to learn Spanish. Of course, on one hand, that's kind of true. On the other hand, if we see it practically how it actually is here, it's not really that at all. Especially, I would say rather the contrary, because if you spend time with maybe the right kind of, let's say, foreigners, then they usually have Colombian friends already, and you can kind of mix into their kind of friend environment, which usually helps your learning of Spanish and your learning of the culture. So that doesn't really count as well. But I see where usually people are coming there or from because they don't really want to spend too much time with other foreigners because of the reasons I've mentioned here. Because one of the things also is, and I speak from personal experience, usually the people that give me a headache are not usually the Colombians, but they're the foreigners. So somehow we foreigners are just able to be very, very obnoxious and just sometimes, I don't know, get overboard with whatever. Maybe it's because we're a little bit more vulnerable to being emotional because we just moved to another country or whatever it is. Maybe it's just, yeah, I don't know, maybe we foreigners are just obnoxious, but I kind of get a little bit why people think that they wouldn't like gringos. But at How to Expat, we're not just trying to rant, but I try to give you kind of a solution to the whole thing, because I think there are many, many very, very interesting personalities, especially foreigners, here in Latin America. But on the other hand, they're just plain crazy and stupid people which are from other countries, so other foreigners. And it's your job to kind of filter out the good ones from the bad ones, because the bad ones are just the ones here, as say they're just gonna party, do whatever they do. They don't care about anybody else than themselves. Get into drugs, get into prostitutes, I don't know, all of those things are just in another fashion obnoxious. And then the other thing is really, if people move to Latin America and they're not this bad part, they're usually very, very interesting people. So they usually have a very interesting story why they came to Latin America, why they did want to leave their home country, which is, yeah, kind of not a normal thing to do. So usually I've seen myself, if I surround myself with the right foreigners, they're usually amazing people. So we have a lot of Colombian friends, but we have also a lot of very, very interesting foreigner friends, let's say, which I didn't want to miss the relationship I have with them. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the sums up this video. I just want to shine a little bit better light on why gringos don't like gringos and why that might not apply to you when you come here, because you now have seen this video and now know that you have to filter out the right people because they're actually quite interesting. So that was already it about this video. If you want to find out more about the good, the bad and the ugly in living in Medellin, we have a video course about Medellin where we talk about the good, the bad and the ugly and things we wouldn't really talk about on YouTube. So right now we have a special discount for that, so make sure to check that out. The link to that is in the description down below. That was it. Hope to see you in the next video.